happy with what happened with these wave pulls. Undying is one of the best laners against strength curls. He will take the damage from the core, he will deny every creep. And when Undying is running away, this is a win for SD. SD is not a lane dominator, he will skill way better.
Bottom, that's a lot of damage being dealt, Zai. You get the swashbuckle away and actually finds first blood. Misha the one to drop. Thought Zai was almost guaranteed dead, but Zai able to turn around and at least secure first blood out. Liquid still doing just fine down at this bottom lane, but top lane seems to be a bit of a struggle now.
Yeah, it's when they can commit, right? It's that classic Centaur Shadow Demon combo. Disruption into stun. The Undying at level 2 doesn't really have much to save you. Level 1 Soul Rip can be nice depending on how the creep wave stands, but you can't threaten them away.
Another kill for the Bengal.
Bottom, they are going once again. Zai in danger. He's going to be able to walk away. They did pick up Misha down at that bot lane. It's Yuragi now, the one to be on the run, though Zai moving back in with the toss back out from Boxy. Yuragi, he's the one in danger. Zai still going. They missed the rebound. Yuragi is trying to fight back, but is not going to be able to get it done. At least Zai does die for mid lane. This is a much bigger target. Mickey, top of the CS board right now. Top of the net worth, trying to fight back, but he might be the one to drop, and does. Tiger with a fantastic rotation on the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, they're all over the map. That's such a big... They've just made so many moves across the map for that. They've had to leave Yuragi alone. They need to drag Misha around. He's trying to armor up mid to slow down the shove from Mika, and it is slowing down that right click, but it comes at a pretty big cost.
Mid lane now, they even find the Lich. It's not the biggest kill in the world, but they want something, as Misha is going to get Lacuna. A very nice pickup from Mickey, and it allows them to keep going for that mid tier 1 tower, as Mickey would love to keep harassing. In fact, they want the fight. Tiger forced to run. The Stampede will allow it, but in comes Zai from the side. He still wants Tiger, and he's gonna find him.
Down bot.
Down bot as well. Matumba Man has rotated Yuragi, just getting swarmed right now by the side of Liquid, completely drowning his Yuragi as he does go down to the bot lane. Meanwhile, mid, they're still going. They found the Leshrac. BZM gonna try to run, but it's not enough. Liquid, they're flooding the side of OG.
They're all over the map, and Matu, he heads bot this.
Let's potentially a Wave back. They will have a really big timing once he gets this. I don't think they're on a rush to take this mid tower. They can make a move with Bengal ult at some point, but for now they should be happy slowing the game down a bit.
Bot lane gazes out, but rebound is there. Boxy, he's got the unleash now onto the Lich. They'll find Misha straight away as Yuragi. He just can't catch a break. They'll toss him back with the dispose. Yuragi, he's going to keep trying to run, but Zai's right behind him, still landing the swashbuckle with the multi-shot. It won't connect. It just may not matter. Boxy right on target with a double kill here for Liquid. OG losing more bodies as time just goes on.
Yeah, that was OG.
They didn't lose any of their core heroes, so it shouldn't be too bad.
I mean, they could have easily found Mika if he just hanged around in that area nearby, but they pull back in the right time. Still.
Here we go. ATF blink in. That's a two-man stun out from ATF into the Stampede. This could be a great team fight for OG. They've already got Zai down. Insania dropping, but the Chain Frost not quite bouncing his way, but it won't matter. They'll find a second. OG. Very, very nice initiation from ATF as always. 5-man smoke up. OG though, they've got a high ground advantage. BZM was spotted by Misha. He's gonna break the gank. In goes the stun from ATF, trying to start on Boxy. He's such a tanky target. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at ATF, but he's still not dropping. Yuragi, meanwhile, he will back off at BZM. He's moving right back in. He's all by himself, however, and will drop. The BZM getting punished for his aggression. As Tiger, he'll be just fine to back out. But they do
into the act along with the Ghost Scepter. So you do have that reach, you do have that follow through to set up for Amar maybe, and just kind of try to run that drawdown. You don't have anything defensive yet for Matu, although.
Liquid, they don't see the side of OG moving in, but they do eventually find Misha, who does go into the invis, but it won't matter. BZM, he's a bigger target. The Leshrac once again being slowed up, controlled up, and taken down. Liquid. Perfect fight for them as they find a double once again. More importantly, finding the mid Leshrac, and well, now they're on to need to say sometimes, just get the mid Leshrac.
Yeah, I mean, again, the positioning there, not quite where you'd want to be.
ATF, big initiation in. He's found the Drow Ranger, but Matumba's being protected by Boxy. Can they get the Drow out for now? There's the multi-shot. ATF dropping low. Boxy still manning up here against Yuragi, but eventually will drops to Matumba. Somehow still alive onto BZM, but he's dropping real low now. The Aegis, it will go down. That's the first life. Mickey, who can he turn on? ATF, he's found the target. That's the one they wanted. Matumba, he'll get the soul rip, but it doesn't seem to be enough. OG able to punish real hard for Liquid as they keep going. Tiger, he's got the purge out. Mickey in big trouble. He's another great target, and OG have found it. In fact, they're not done yet, but ATF, he doesn't land the stun. Zai, he'll be on the run. Insania, he's going to TP under the tree line and will be just fine, but can they get Zai out of there? And the Pango, he'll get into the tree line, but the Gaze is there. Lock him down and take him out. OG, they will punish the side of Liquid even with the Aegis up on Matumba, man.
That's the perfect situation.
Let the Pango control them. So that might be happening.
OG, 5-man smoke up, they'll move in. Insania, he does get the tombstone down just before he gets caught out. Yuragi will happily get to work, but there's Zai with a very nice rolling thunder. BZM, he'll get disrupted. They'll try to save the day for this Leshrac as he does BKB up and run. Somehow Insania in the middle of all this is still alive, keeping the tombstone up, and BZM, he cannot TP in time. In fact, Yuragi, he was left behind. Boxy will try to chase, but won't be able to keep up. They will let the Nisha, they've got the dust up, so the Glimmer Cape not going to do enough. Tiger is there with the disruption though. Meanwhile, towards the north, ATF, they're going to try once again onto the Centaur, but he is going to be able to stampede away towards the south. Who have they gone on? Boxy, he's going to BKB run. Mickey trying to chase. They want a target. They found a couple. They've got Tiger and they've got Misha. 2 supports to drop from OG. This is the fight Liquid want now. Problem is all the cores have already left the building. He's going to be okay. He's just trying to slow down this Roshan timing. Problem is it's so hard to fight against that tombstone. The Yuragi, he's going to pounce in. It's too early though. He's still going to try and force the fight with the Shadow Dance, but they're not aiming down Roshan. Or are they? Disruptions there by Matumba. He's got the Aegis up. Yuragi still alive somehow. Gets the pounce away. He will make it up for now as Misha will be the target that they go for, and they even found BZM. In fact, ATF, he got left behind as well. It's a decent attempt, but maybe just a little bit too early, and Liquid, they just play around it very well.
It just goes back to that AoE, right?
Not an expert on the Slug items. He had Basher queued up, but
Yuragi, jump in. He found Matumba. Still very confident is Yuragi. With that Shadow Dance, he'll keep going for a little bit more. Take some stacks away, just pounce his way back up. But Liquid, they're moving back in. Tiger immediately bursted down. The high ground defense gets more difficult as Liquid, now in a 4v5 situation in their favor, will continue onto the tier 3 tower. And we keep saying it, but while the tombstone's up, it feels just impossible to try and fight into. Amar, he'll still jump in. They do find the Lena, but Boxy, he's in with a double stun once again. Misha, he'll gate the Chain Frost off, but it's not going to matter. It will bounce around and do nothing as they found Yuragi. BZM, he's going to be able to TP up, but Liquid, they're still onto that tier 3 tower. I'm not sure if OG really... Okay, again, it seems like that's the priority, though. ATF, he can stun all he wants. The problem is he doesn't have the backup as he's getting slowed up here. The Stampede, it's already over. All the stacks of hypothermia from Matumba Man just going on to Amar as he's trying to run with the Glimmer Cape, but they keep slowing him down. This Centaur just cannot walk away as BZM. They're going to try. It might be the last time here for the side of OG to try and give this a crack, but how do they get it done? It doesn't look good. They've got a couple buybacks, but with the racks under siege now, they'll be holding much do here, OG. There's the buyback from ATF. That'll be enough for Liquid, I think, or will it be? They'll keep going onto the tier 4 towers. It's still a 4v5 situation. BZM is not available yet. Matumba, he's the target. He's got the BKB up though. It's too hard to take the fight. Yuragi in that Shadow Dance in big trouble. Misha already down. Yuragi controlled up. He is gone. GG is called. Liquid, what a dominant start to this best of 3 series. It was a bit back and forth as the game went on, but it seemed like Liquid up.
Well, I think they completely popped off in that early game. And honestly, Boxy, throughout the entire tournament and in this game, just played such a good and aggressive roaming support. He was constantly mid, constantly bottom. Felt like he was everywhere in those first 10 minutes, really giving Liquid the start that they needed. Because Lina had this Marcy to play with, Leshrac was never too much of a threat in terms of keeping up in farm or being strong enough to really exploit the Lich armor strat that OG really wanted to play with. Because if you look at OG's draft, they picked the Shadow Demon, right? And it's kind of an unusual Shadow Demon pick because the only thing that it really synergized with was to set up the stun on the side lane with Centaur, but it was more so a deny pick so they don't get their armor purged off. So I assume that potentially they were looking for something where they could pair up an illusion carry with the Shadow Demon, but they ended up going for the Slark and they pivoted completely. So for OG to have won this game, they really needed to just win the side lanes really hard and try to stall for as long as possible. And honestly, it looked good for them at some points, but Liquid were on today.
Yeah, Mickey on Lina, constantly on top of the net worth. As Effie mentioned, Boxy did enable him with those earlier rotations. But
quite yet. You can have Boxy there on that. In fact, hold that thought. That's a lot of damage coming out onto the Tiny. We can have a look at the top lane though. Boxy once again pulling a creep wave over. Misha unable to really slot down, but just try to get the aggro of the creep wave. Oh, he's got it as well. Very nice play from Misha, but what a great shards out from Boxy. In the meantime, Tiger does end up going down. I love the shards plays from Boxy. He's always got some kind of concept, some idea to try and get the advantage and what's Havoc.
Yeah, I think that's the big one for OG. You have a lot of aggression that can come out. In comparison to game one where you were farming a lot more, trying to get that build up on Lesh, you're not as worried with Ember. You just need a couple of items up and you should be good. Although Amar kind of being surrounded.
He certainly is. That's a lot of damage out. ATF, he's going to drop. Mickey with a nice rotation as Yuragi top lane. Also going to go down. Once again, Liquid just dominating every single side lane of the map. We saw this is a remnant to go back to, though Zai really wants to try and bully him and try and make him use that remnant. But now he's going to be forced to back off as Tiger and Boxy both rotating up towards the top lane. So they are going to back their way out. The BZM going to move in. In fact, hold on a minute. They've got Insania on the CM and Boxy. Also going to drop as well. OG able to find both supports here.
Yeah, they get some punishment. A bit of a forward.
Your cores are not suffering too much. They're doing a really good job. One hero that's really not having a nice time is this Tiny. He's very, very low level. Getting up this blink is going to be near impossible. There's nowhere for him to farm at all.
Tumba. Bottom lane, gonna move in. ATF, he'll cop the rupture. He's kind of forced to man fight this one out, but there's surely no way. He will try with the life break, but it's gonna be nowhere near enough. Mickey able to secure the kill. More rotations, BZM chains out, Matumba, he's a big one, and they will find him. The Bloodseeker is going to drop as OG, looking for a bit more. With the Mortimer's Kisses, they'll find Insania on that Crystal Maiden. That'll be a second as Boxy now, trying to TP up at the chains with the toss-in, is going to work out in the favor of OG. It's Liquid, they do find one, but they give up three.
Yeah, that's a huge...
But OG is just ready. They're not afraid. Their Huskar died, but they're just there. Snap did not even have 6 yet. He gets 6 from that kill. That's super good for it to come back for them.
Mid lane, Mickey, all alone right now. They're going to move in. That's a lot of damage coming out, but the snowball, it's going to buy a bit of time. Mickey going to try and turn here, but there's surely not enough damage. He will drop. Matumba going to try and punish. Misha is down. How far can you go? They find another. BZM, he does take down Boxy, and it's going to be another successful team fight the way of OG.
This Ember is popping off right now.
Up those resources for down the line. It does feel like this kind of build might not show as much in the middle of these rotations, though.
Oh, Misha, wrong place, wrong time. He's going to get caught out, and the Spiderlings will get to work, though. That is a lot of damage coming up. BZM just stealing all the Spiderlings away is now Boxy. Still trying, but they will eventually find him. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Zai needed to back off earlier on as he just didn't want to deal with the whole side of OG. So it's just going to be a support for a support trade. All there. Shard's going to give it a bit of vision. Rupture immediately out onto the Ember, but he's just fine to back his way out. Tiger and Misha still hanging around, but outside of vision. Instead, they find Yuragi on that Prophet, but the cookie away is going to be enough as Tiger makes the jump in onto Boxy, but Boxy, he'll jump right back in onto that Tiny. It should be a 1-for-1, but they still haven't got that Tiny down yet. In fact, now they do, and they found Yuragi on the Nature's Prophet. They even found Misha. Matumba, he loves these kind of team fights. Everyone just dropping low. He can rush forward every single time. And
going back farm, and again, that unfortunate timing on spotting out in the vision for the side of OG, but very fortunate for Liquid finding the punishment. For Amar, where do you go from here? Is it really just the BKB? Is that it? as they look for more.
They are going to look for more top lane. Tiger is going to get caught. Matumba able to pick up his 4th kill. As in they go mid lane. Misha trying to cookie in. BZM, he'll join the fray, but can you actually fight this? It doesn't feel like it. Boxy's too tanky. Zai, he'll keep chasing, but BZM will run it away. Still, they continue the chase. The slow is there. BZM, how do you juke your way out of this one? He'll just run south.
Tower has fallen.
What's the condition now for OG? I mean, Liquid, they've been playing fantastic, but for OG, how do they hold? They're going for a smoke play. Is it pickoffs they need as they look?
Yeah, speaking of pickoffs, Boxy gonna go in with the snowball. A nice blood ride set up from Matumba. Does he want to fight this one? He got the silence onto BZM, so they might be able to afford to try it. In fact, that stun's out as well. He bashes the perfect time into the split earth, but it's not right on time. Very close from Mickey. Great attempt. At least for OG, they do get away with the support kills. Now, Mickey, pretty deep, does get caught out, is getting blocked as well by the Treants. Will still move back in onto Tiger. They'll find the Tiny. In they go onto Yuragi. Through the BKB, they've got the Rupture. Yuragi surely can't find his way out. He'll get bashed up. Into Misha they go now. Liquid, they won't keep going. ATF does show up. A buyback will be expended as BZM does at least find Insania and Tiger. He'll get back into the game, but this buyback, it doesn't feel like it amounts to much.
The tricky thing.
Really, BZM having that good time. Anything else you'd like to see out from, say, Yuragi? ATF, obviously, BKB, you'll know.
Tiger, again, he's been focused so much in this game. They do not want to give the Tiny a game whatsoever. Tiger's still trying to bum up the blink, but just can't get anywhere near us. Now Misha is also getting caught and just taken down. Both supports once again gone for the side of OG, and Roshan's up.
That's the big one.
Like we're just taking over the map. They have really big timings right now. They have the Aegis. They got everything they need.
Here we go, Liquid onto the high ground once again. The tier 3 tower not going to last very long as Matumba's just hitting so hard along with the Leshrac, but a nice cookie. No, it's not going to land. Tiger still with the avalanche toss is there. Mickey falling low but has the Bloodstone. Will take down the Tiny once again as Yuragi. Boxy in the back line is at least going to drop, so it might force Liquid to reset and come back another day. They still almost have 3 minutes of the Aegis up, so they can afford to do this and just wait out their task. Maybe not. BZM, he does get caught on the Ember. He is gone. Oh boy.
Oh man. No buyback out in BZM either, so they can just again go.
Ember realized he is the one that is having the free game. He cannot go too defensive, so he doesn't have anything for this Hex or for a silence. So this might be getting close to the end. If this Lesh can get a good jump.
Oh,
there it is. They jump in. Cookie was there. BZM! Oh, he was the one caught out. Matumba, he keeps bashing on command. BZM, he's down for 90 seconds. Minute and a half without buyback available on the Ember. This could be it. He doesn't have the gold right now. Liquid, there'll be 2 racks up. OG, they are trying to split push the best they possibly can, but the creeps are still in their base. In fact, never mind. Backdoor will kick in. Liquid, they won't have the time to go up for the tier 3 yet, but Amar trying to fight Mickey. Has he gone too far? ATF, he's going to fight Boxy. Onto Mickey they go. They might have the Leshrac, and they do. OG, they'll find another with Matumba. He got the Rupture off. He does pick off ATF. He's got the Husker down, and now the Bash is coming out again. Yuragi, he cannot escape Matumba, man.
It's so difficult for OG. I mean, they're trying to make space. This is what they need to do. Try to stall out.
We have a nice ward there. And if they do get any pickoff, they can just insta-go to the base. Maybe they feel strong enough, they don't even have to wait. They can just go right now, get a good team fight.
They've got to be careful. Liquid moving up. They're already in. Mickey, he's right out onto the supports. In fact, BZM, he barely avoids the stun, but Misha's already gone. ATF gets shredded here by Matumba as Yuragi. Is he going to get out? Just barely. No bashes for Matumba. But there's 2 down. Amar does not have buyback available. There is only 1 lane of barracks left in Liquid. They're going right for it.
Just nothing to stop him. BZM, he's got to dance around here really hard, but not even the tossback potential's at play. No buybacks available. Respawns are short, though.
Oh, BZM, he's been sniped by Stop. This could be it. Liquid, they'll take him down. He has the buyback. He's going to commit it, surely. No hold for now. hoping Liquid may back off, but Liquid, they're looking for those T4 towers. Such a dominant series so far for Liquid. OG, they've got one last chance. They'll wait for ATF to respawn first, but they've held down Misha. Once again, the Snapfire is gonna melt. No buyback available. Yuragi now getting caught in front of his fountain, but they'll move back towards the T4. They'll see ATF moving in on this Husker, trying to find a way, but Zai's making it so darn hard to close the gap. In fact, he's even TPing towards the CM, trying to find at least Insania, but the Glimmer Cape, they don't have the detection. Instead, they go onto Zai on the Broodmother, but Zai, he'll man up. There's the disarm out from ATF. Meanwhile, on the side, BZM, he's going to drop to Matumba Man. Zai still running, just can't get caught. They'll toss him in. ATF still trying his hardest, but it's not looking good. It seems like Liquid, they might have this series in the bag. There's 4 down. GG's called. GG is called. Liquid, they've done it once again, this time 2-0 against OG. And OG, I mean, they're a fan favorite here at TI11, but Liquid proving to be way too strong here today.
They played really well, synchronized so well. They kept the lane shut down very nicely, and Zai just managed to pop off really well in the Brood. There were no solutions coming out there from OG, and Liquid just play a clear game. For OG,